Well, as Chief Operating Officer, my role encompasses the role of a Chief Financial Officer, so I'm responsible for all of the finance, performance and business development of the organisation, and that includes the business support area for support services. So support services is quite a large area within Royal Freemasons, and it's very much that support function. So we don't call it a central office or a head office, we like to refer to it as support. So my role encompasses a number of areas that support the business, such as finance, payroll, facilities management, contracts and procurement to make sure we get the best buying power we can across our sites, and also information technology, which in today's age is an important area to be abreast of the changes and have real-time information so we can provide the best level of care we can for our facilities, particularly as we're in a growth phase as an organisation. It's important for us to be able to have information readily at hand and for the benefit of our employees, which in turn then enables them to provide a better level of care and service for our residents, knowing exactly what their needs are and being able to tap into information at their fingertips. So yeah, it's quite a broad role. I started out as Chief Financial Officer back in 2011 when I first started with the organisation, and it's broadened out from there, mainly on the back of us having a growth strategy as part of our strategic growth plan. So with that's come acquisitions, business development, looking at our existing sites and trying to look at ways of maximising the land that we own in order to be able to provide ultimately the aim that we're all here for, and that is to provide care and services to as many people as we can. You know, that's ultimately our goal. And I guess going back to the beginning of when I started, really the financial performance and the sustainability of the organisation was a key focus of ours, and we've sort of endeavoured to get the business performing well from a financial perspective in order for us to be able to invest back into our facilities and again provide that level of care and accommodation that people want in this modern day to meet the needs of the people out there in the marketplace. We're a not-for-profit organisation, so I think it's an interesting term, not-for-profit. I think not-for-profit certainly doesn't mean for loss. I think we don't talk about profit, we talk about surpluses. So I guess the key difference with an organisation like ours to a for-profit organisation is the fact that we reinvest the surpluses that we make. So we certainly aim to make a surplus because that's the only way the organisation can be viable. So into the longer term, we want to be able to have adequate reserves to be able to reinvest back into to redeveloping our facilities, investing in our facilities so the residents and the staff have got modern equipment, they've got the best that the organisation can afford to have in terms of amenities and services and the buildings themselves to make life as comfortable as possible for the residents. So I guess we're not paying surpluses to shareholders, we don't have dividends to pay to investors, etc. All the funds that we make, any donations we receive, any surpluses we make, all go back into the Royal Freemasons business and goes to the benefit of the staff and to the residents, more importantly, and our customers. I guess my role's always the role of sort of the custodian and the business person, I suppose. So sometimes people probably perceive me personally as being one that's focused on the business, and I guess that is part of my role. But also I think if you work in aged care, or particularly not-for-profit, you do have a passion for giving something back to the community, and I'm a great believer in the fact that if we can be viable and sustainable into the long term, that enables us to be able to provide the best level of care and accommodation that we can afford for our residents. So I like to get involved out in the business as much as I can, and I like meeting the residents. I like seeing a positive outcome for them, and it's exciting to open up new parts of the business, and such as over in our Coppin Centre, we're currently building 18 new rooms for new residents, and thus the reason Support Services is relocated to St Kilda Road, where it's always been residing in amongst the aged care residents, and we believe that we want to provide services for as many people as we can. So we felt it was important to expand our level of accommodation and number of beds over in Coppin Centre. So doing that is satisfying, because you see people come to us, they want to stay with us, they recognise that we provide a good level of care and a good level of accommodation, and it's satisfying to see that we're making a difference out there by offering people a better outcome in their latter years, and that's important for obviously people's families. Everyone's got a mother and father, and everyone's got a grandmother and grandfather, and I think we all get a level of satisfaction seeing people looked after as well as what we can possibly achieve within our resources available. Our staff numbers are actually quite hard to keep up with because of the growth that we've been undergoing. So the last 12 months or so we've acquired an additional 3 aged care facilities plus another retirement independent living unit complex, and that's actually increased our numbers of aged care residents by about 250 across residential aged care and independent living. So that in turn has increased our staff numbers to a bit over 800 now. So we're quite a large organisation, and even within support services now we have approximately 40 staff. So I think one of our key goals is to grow the organisation and to really be able to provide services and care to as many people as we can. So it's exciting to be part of an organisation that is growing, and I think our staff recognise it's a positive place to be when you are working somewhere that's got a positive future, and I think that's exciting for all of us that work here at Royal Freemasons.